Here in the U.S., we've been blessed with some more bureaucratic nonsense regarding 5-gallon jerry cans, or 5-gallon gasoline cans, and the supposed spill-proof spout. Since I have purchased one of these new style cans, I have never spilt so much gasoline in my life. Let's look at this and see how we can fix it. The only way that you can get gas and keep this sealed is to leave this spout inside the can with this stupid little red cap and then turn this down until it seals. And when you take it off, when you pull this out, all of this is soaked with gasoline. So that's not very good. Usually you take this red cap and you throw it away. And this is on here. There's a good chance this spout is going to stick up too far for you to be able to close the deck on your pickup or the trunk in your car. So it's very inconvenient. When this thing is on the can, you have to press that down and hopefully it'll stay there. And then when you're trying to pour the gas, you hook this lip on the tank of your lawnmower or whatever and push down on that, which raises this piece here. It has an O-ring on it, and it allows gasoline to go in there. All the time you have to maintain downward pressure, and the flow rate is nothing to brag about. This is a very inconvenient deal. So let's see how we can fix this and make it usable. These all have these child-proof caps on them. You crank this thing in. This piece will ratchet on this little triangular section up here. And then you have to push this down to loosen the cap again. You can't mess with this because if you try to cut this off, you'll have a hole going inside the tank. So the first thing we want to do, cut this off here and here. You take a file, clean that up, any sharp edges, and that'll screw on there, and it'll come off real easy. There's a listing on Thingiverse for a cap for a Midwest gas can. This is a Midwest gas can made here in the U.S. And I found that I had to print X and Y at 102%. That goes right on there. I generally only put about 4 gallons of gas in one of these cans. This is good enough to keep it from sloshing out in the back of my pickup. If you want, you can put another little gasket up in here that will seal on this edge. If you leave this on here, back it off and let it vent so this doesn't pressurize. I printed these in PLA. I don't know how long they will last. I've been using these for a couple of months now, and I don't see a problem with it. Of course, the other alternative, if you're using this, take it off and use a funnel to pour this gas wherever you want it to go. You can press this little safety catch, and when you push down on this, it pushes this section into the tank, which raises an O-ring seal. Gasoline can now go in here and come out the spout. When you take one of these apart, air is trying to get into this little triangular section and find its way to here, which is letting air into the can so the gasoline can supposedly come out without slopping all over the place. And so air is trying to get out here, and at the same time gasoline is running that way. It doesn't work very well, and in my experience it slops gas everywhere. So what we're going to do, we're going to release that catch, push down on this, and take this O-ring off of here. Use something blunt so you don't damage the O-ring in case you change your mind later, which you will not. Take that off, take out the spring, and you have this piece. This section here is open to this hole, but it's sealed off on this side. We're going to take this little plastic tit. I'll snip that off with a pair of cutters, and we're going to drill a hole right there. and drill a hole in that position. You can see the light in there. So when we go to pour gasoline, that's going to let air come in here and will find its way into the tank. The air will be going into the tank fast enough that it will prevent gas from leaking out through that hole. And in practice, it has worked perfectly. I've drilled an 1/8 inch hole. You might want to drill that about 3/16. So when this is on the tank, I have made this cap that slides onto the end of that. It keeps dirt from getting inside the tank. This part of the nozzle has this rubber seal around here, which in cross section is C-shaped. If that rubber seal disappears or gets damaged, you're pretty well screwed on this thing, because I don't know where you would find that replacement seal. You can put that on there. And tighten this up so this rectangular section is near the top. Now when you go to pour gasoline, gasoline will come out of here. Air will go in here and find its way into the tank. And my cap for the spout just slides on there. This is not airtight, so it will not allow this tank to pressurize. When you complete filling your lawnmower or whatever, bring this back into your garage or shed, put that cap on there, then loosen this. That will release the compression on that rubber seal, and it will take the tension off of this cap. The first thing to break on one of these jerry cans is this cap, because people put a monkey fist on this thing to tighten it up, and then that cap is going to fail. If that fails, then you're out buying another gas can. The problem with the original spout and everything, when this comes up and that O-ring seals inside this piece, if you leave that spout tight, this can will pressurize. In my experience, if these are allowed to pressurize, the can will usually fail along the seam. Don't let the can pressurize. Keep the can in the shade and away from sunlight. Sunlight causes these to go from red to pink and causes these caps to deteriorate and go from black to gray. With this change, this can works very well. I can pour gas into my lawnmower. This no longer goes glug, 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 slurping and spilling gas all over. And when I'm done, that keeps dirt and bugs from going into your gas can. So this is what I've done to my Midwest gas cans. You do what you think is right for you.